Um, Great question. Thank you. In my opinion, the main reason that the fandom kind of attached themselves to Sam, Dean, and Castiel and appreciated them and were grateful for them is because these guys are all flawed. We all have made mistakes, and those mistakes have become public. And we've really made a lot of missteps and miscalculations, and we just kind of try to do our best, even in spite of those, or maybe because of those. But I think one of the big things that Jared, like about Sam and Dean and Castiel is that they try their best. And even if you try your best all the time, you're still going to mess up here and there. You're still going to fall short. You're still going to maybe start the apocalypse or something, get possessed by Lucifer. But still, if you try and make it right and you try and be good and honest to those around you, I think it's a good lesson that we all fall short. We're all human and we all make mistakes. And it's more about what you do after those mistakes than it is whether or not you made a mistake in the first place.
I think because the three of these characters have banded together under a banner of free will. They refuse to let their destinies be told to them, and they set out to make their own destiny and to fight for what they believed was right and what was good. Yeah, it has certainly been a massive departure from normal life at home. We do cook quite a bit, and my wife, she always liked to cook anyway, but this is something that is she's now really starting to hone her skills and get really good. The hardest part is getting the kids to eat all the fun things that she cooks. That said, it's given us time to play. I get a lot of dad time. I was saying earlier that I've run out of dad tricks because the kids have now seen them all. But I do get to go out to the brewery like you asked, and we've shut down, but there's still a lot of work to be done. So I'm able to help there a little bit. But really it's lockdown. We're here. Even though we're in the middle of a city, we feel like we're in the middle of the woods, and it's very strange.
Yeah, I think same here. We locked down, we homeschooled, distance learning, I suppose they call it. And it looks like we'll probably be distance learning for at least the first several months of the fall semester as well. It's been nice. It's been weird, and I guess it's been a new reality, though nowhere near what I would have thought of as a child reality looked like for a dad and a husband. That having been said, for the last 15 years of my life on Supernatural as Sam Winchester, that hasn't really been reality either. We've been home on weekends or traveling to another city on weekends to do convention or press or publicity. And so luckily, I already wasn't really relying on or accustomed to a quote unquote normal life. So I think I was prepared for this. It's much more difficult being a dad than it is being the lead of a TV show. And I'm finding that I found that out the hard way. But it was fun and humbling. And it was a kind of a couple month glimpse into what life will be like after Supernatural.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Impala and I'm just gonna hook up the sound stage to the back of it and just drive it south. No, as it stands now, and obviously things are always up in the air until it's done. But yeah, I believe the Impala will be coming home to Texas for he and I to enjoy. There are lots of other little things that I would love to keep that I probably won't say that I'm going to keep because I don't want Warner Brothers to come after me.
Yeah, I keep I have my chair back from each season because at the beginning we didn't know if we get picked up for another year, and so I always thought it'd be fun to maybe get a cast chair and put it on the back. and I have my character watches because it's something that no one would really know. It's something, a lot of the stuff that I really like. I have a paperweight from Bobby's house. You know, when we burnt it down, I think I went in, like, grabbed a few books, grabbed a paperweight. So I have a few things, little things here and there that meant something to me, that I really, that are little things that you know, I have them in my office. And if somebody walked in my office and robbed it, you know, knock on wood, they wouldn't even look at it twice. But it has so much sentimental value, that I know it's there. And every time I see it, it's like, okay, cool. Like, this is it's a cool little memento. I really like what they did with Jack. I mean, to go 325 episodes with 2 more to go, and to introduce a character, I think, you know, 280 or 290 episodes into it, and him be such an important part, and to mean so much to both brothers, and to then grow with the show. And now I consider Jack a really integral, crucial part of the show, even though in the grand scheme of things, he's been there since season 12 or 13, 13 at the very end of 13. So I think what they did, and it brought out a whole new side of Sam and Dean Winchester and Cass. And so that, I think when Jack was introduced, it kind of just proved to me that we still had, still had some meat on the bone, or some miles to travel. We still had some gas in the gas tank. And so that was really a welcome new thing that happened just when, you know, you're like, what can you really make a show about after 3 years, after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? It's like, oh, we're going to tell the same story. And then the introduction of Jack really brought out a new side to all these characters that I wasn't expecting.
There's actually an episode, I believe, that we haven't seen yet, that a character is introduced, and we had a lot of fun with. And to still crank out these one-off episodes that kind of break the mold, and take us into a kind of an odd, fun, fantastical place. I just loved it. I love that this show can continue to do that even after 15 years. So, but yeah, that one actually hasn't been aired yet. So something to look forward to.